Celtic first out into the Esher sunshine, and here come Kilmarnock. Chris Boyd might get a chance here. Sviatchenko! Here's Rogic. Wow! What a way to win a game! A goal of huge importance and great significance. But this could prove to be a defining day in the race for the title.
Ronnie roared at Rugby Park, cranking up the pressure on Aberdeen at Fir Park. They looked to be handling it until Motherwell came from behind to win. An unexpected turn of events in the title race. Can Ronnie and Celtic turn up the power again and beat Hearts for the first time at the third attempt in the Premiership this season? In their last game, Hearts lost at home for only the second time in the league since winning promotion last year. They are, however, closing in on the Europa League. If you're counting, there are 15 days to go until the Old Firm game in the Cup. Today it's Ladbrokes Premiership action. Your viewing options, high definition on Sky Sports 2 HD, and for laptop, tablet and mobile users, it's on Sky Go. Celtic dramatically widened their lead to 4 points a fortnight ago. They play their game in hand at Dundee on Tuesday. Aberdeen play Hamilton tomorrow. Hearts are just 3 wins away from clinching third spot and Europe. So it's first v third then in the Ladbrokes Premiership. Aberdeen suffered a mishap just before the international break. They'll be hoping the same thing happens to their rivals this afternoon. Neil McCann joins me today. He played in the last Hearts side to win a league game here at Celtic Park. And alongside Neil is a Celtic icon, a treble winner, a double-winning captain, a double-winning manager. Back at Celtic Park for the first time in almost a year, it's a warm welcome back to Neil Lennon. Neil, nice to see you. How does it feel to be back here then?
It's fantastic. I've always very happy memories of my time here as a player and a manager, and still get the goosebumps when you're walking up to the front of the gates.
What do you think of the atmosphere around the club at the moment, from what you've detected today and from what you've seen in terms of the results and performances?
There's a wee bit of apprehension. You know, I don't think performances have been maybe the standard that people expected of the team this year, but you know, they're still in a really strong position. I think the last round of games when, you know, Celtic get the winner at Kilmarnock and then Aberdeen, who have had a real go at it this season, lose at Motherwell. You know, I think Celtic will smell blood now and get over the line in terms of the title anyway. Why
do you think they've not been performing as well as they should have done? In fact, why have they not put Aberdeen out of sight before now?
Well, I think a lot goes to Aberdeen. Really, they've been pretty consistent all season. You know, Celtic's return at the minute isn't too bad, but they're probably not playing with the swagger and the flair that they played with this time last year. Whether that's down to changing personnel, changing tactics, I don't really know, but they still should be strong enough to win the title, and then they've got a huge game in a couple of weeks in the semi-final as well to look forward to.
Is it that uncertainty over the title, when there perhaps should be a bit more a definitive or hand on the trophy, is that what's put Ronnie Deila under so much scrutiny in recent weeks from all, you know, Celtic players past and present?
Well, this man beside me will know about pressure that this job brings, and so that's a given anyway. It's when Ronnie comes out after games and says that they're still moving forward and they're still progressing. I don't think they are. I really don't, and Celtic fans maybe won't like me saying that, but I think a lot of them will agree with it. Because, as Lenny said there, Celtic should be playing with a swagger. They should be playing with a type of panache that Celtic fans expect to see. They shouldn't be seeing their team go back-to-back draws and then win the games by a 1-goal margin against Partick and Kilmarnock, and very late on against Kilmarnock. And the pendulum swung back towards Celtic's favour that day, with then Aberdeen losing later on. So it shouldn't be this close, but a huge amount of credit is down to Aberdeen, of course. But I think if Ronnie wants to continue saying that Celtic are progressing, then the fans need to see that type of football on the pitch.
Well, let's look at the run into the split. The split, of course, happens next Saturday. Well, which group of fixtures is the toughest there, do you think, Neil?
Well, I mean, Celtic have the game in hand. This isn't going to be easy today. Dundee, you know, have proved that particularly at home they can be strong, and Motherwell are in good form. So I would say that, you know, that Celtic, even though with the game in hand, it looks to me to be, you know, I'd fancy Aberdeen to win at home to Hamilton and maybe get something at Hearts. But this could be a pivotal day again today, Davey. If Celtic go ahead before Aberdeen play, that's 7 points, and that's a lot for Aberdeen to catch up at this stage of the season.
And is that tough, Neil, when you're playing catch-up, you're playing the second... You guys did it week in, week out, and the Old Firm were battling.
Well, listen, you could argue either, but sometimes it's nice to be chasing and hoping that the other team fall down, because the pressure then is that, OK, if you can look at it both ways. I said, if we lose today, oh no, they're going to win. But if you come today and do the business, like I've no doubt, by the way, that the result at Kilmarnock last game had an effect on Aberdeen. It must have. There must have been rumours going around the dressing room that Celtic going to drop 2 points today, but all of a sudden it swung back, and it might have just dented them a little bit. So it's an opportunity.
It was always the way, even when we were playing. You know, if Rangers had kicked off early, and there's loads of times both teams got winners in the last minute, like Celtic did a couple of weeks ago, and then you really had to up your game then, you know, at 3 o'clock in the afternoon to make sure you won the game, because the pressure was then on. And it's great that there's actually a competitive race this year.
Very much so. Now, interestingly, you mentioned it was a great performance at Kilmarnock for Celtic. It was largely glossed over by that dramatic Tom Rogic late winner. Ronnie Deila has made 5 changes. He's changed half the outfield team on the back of that. Charlie Mulgrew is an enforced change. He's got a groin injury following that Scotland game. He's replaced by Dedrick Boyata. Tom Rogic, the hero at Rugby Park and a hero for his national side in midweek, replaces Nir Beaton. And here's an interesting thing. The attacking midfield 3 is completely changed. Out go Commons, McGregor and Kazim Richards. In come Patrick Roberts, Tom Rogic and Gary Mackay-Stevens. Stefan Johansson also comes in for Celtic. The Hearts have made 5 changes themselves to the side that caved in against St Johnstone a couple of weeks ago. Among those out, Don Cowie, who failed a fitness test. Captain Alim Ozturk and Igor Rossi are fit and return to the defence. Julian Oshaniwa makes a rare start. Sam Nicholson and Prince Bouben complete the changes. Well, Ronnie Deila has yet to beat Hearts in the Premiership since they were promoted at the start of this season. Will it be third time lucky in the league for him today? Here he is now with Luke Shanley.
Ronnie, how do you go about trying to beat Hearts today?
Tempo is a very important thing, you know, get the intensity up, the pressure, and also we're very quick on the ball. And we have a lot of creativity in the team today, so hopefully we can open them up.
Will you have to be patient today? The last time it was quite a frustrating game here against Hearts.
Yeah, it was. We created some chances, but it's always tough when you have important games and good teams we're going to meet, so patience is always important, and discipline.
Tom Rogic is in today. Do you look at his last performance coming on and scoring, and is there any concern about the jet lag coming back from Australia?
He has looked very good, and he did very well with the national team as well. So you know, when he's in the best shape, he's a very, very good football player, and he's somebody can open up and turn in centre of the pitch, and then you can play somebody on. So I'm looking forward to see him.
No Charlie Mulgrew, how big a blow is that?
Always want to have everybody available, but it was a little bit too early for him this game, so hopefully it's back on Tuesday again.
Do you enjoy playing before Aberdeen to put them under more pressure?
I don't think so much about that, but it's always good when you have 3 points, though.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Can't argue with that. Do you think he's made the 5 changes because of the performance last week?
I'm not sure about that, but what he's saying there about tempo in the match and starting with an energy, he has to do that. Rogic has been a huge player for Celtic, in my opinion, in so many occasions. He was a catalyst that Celtic used to get through in the League Cup victory at Tynecastle. When it looked tight, he came on and played a big part that evening. And he scored some spectacular goals, another one against Hearts, but the one last game against Kilmarnock was something quite special. He's taken a little bit of time to feel his way into the Celtic jersey. He's been blighted with injuries, of course, but at 23 years of age, he's still got lots of football ahead of him. Celtic have always been blessed with guys with left foots, and I'm always focusing on those types of players because I was a left-sider. But he's got power with that. He's not just all about finesse. He's got a bit of strength about him, and especially in that area. Like Chris Commons, you can't give him 20 yards of freedom because he'll just go and smash it past you. But Neil, you know him well because obviously you were here when he came to the club. What does he offer a midfield then?
Well, I think you've covered all the areas really. I mean, he's got good lines about him. He's an elegant type of player. He's getting stronger. When he first came in, it took him time to adjust to the British game and certainly the pace of the Scottish game. And we struggled with that early on and we sent him back out on loan to Australia for a while. But certainly this season, we're starting to see his real potential now. 8 goals is a decent return for a midfield player. And he is very similar to Chris, although I would say Chris is, you know, obviously more experienced and certainly a prolific goal scorer for Celtic over the years. But if you can learn from anyone, then Chris would be a good sounding board for him.
What do you think of Patrick Roberts, and what do you think of this whole concept of bringing players in on loan?
Well, it's a concept that every club uses, you know, and there's a good relationship between Celtic and Manchester City that they've used over the past few years. Watched him against Kilmarnock, you know, I thought he really made a difference when he came on. He's bright, predominantly left-footed, but, you know, he can play either side. And he's got lovely balance, and he's got a great left foot, and I'm quite looking forward to seeing him live today for the first time.
What do you make of the Ron Della changing the three behind Lee Griffiths so often, and Chris Commons again dropping out today?
Well, you're always looking for continuity. Maybe the 2-week break, you know, Ronnie's had time to think about what he wants to do with the team. You know, he's talking about tempo today. I would imagine, and he's talking about patience, but they will have to take the game to Hearts today, I think, and Hearts will try and sit in and counter-attack. But I was never a lover of making wholesale changes, you know, maybe one or two, especially when a team is going well and at the top of the league and there's a bit of momentum there. So it's a strategy that I never adopted really, but you know, it's his way of doing things, I suppose. OK, Neil, now next we'll reveal which of the two goalkeepers today is the shutout king of Scotland. Who's got the most shutouts then in all 4 SPFL divisions? I'll give you a clue as a Hearts fan. That doesn't narrow it down though. Welcome back to Celtic Park. Hearts have shown recovery at grassroots level all the way through to the first team. They could be 3 games away from returning to Europe. Let's hear from the goalkeeper with the most shutouts in Scotland. It's Hearts, Neil Alexander.
Neil, you're the clean sheet king in the SPFL. How difficult will it be to keep one today?
It's going to be very tough. I'd say we're under no illusion how tough the job's going to be today. You know, Celtic are a fantastic team, especially here at Parkhead. So, you know, we're in for a tough afternoon and potentially a busy afternoon for myself.
What's been the secret to the success for you, though?
Hard work. You know, we work hard on the training pitch, you know, Monday to Friday, and, you know, we reap our rewards on a Saturday. You know, we've defended really, really well this season, and it's been really, really great for me, you know, to keep clean sheets, and you know, it helps the boys get the results that we need.
It's just been over a year now since you clinched the championship title. What's had to change this season for you to be so successful?
I think the mentality's got to change as well. You know, we're coming up against better quality opposition, you know, stronger, more physical teams. So, you know, we've had to adapt that way as well. You know, we try and still play the football that Robbie wants us to play, and I think we've done that. You know, but it's tough, this league. You know, the physicality thing, we've got to sort of match teams in that area, and I think we have done as the season's gone on. You know, we've done really well and probably overachieved to what we thought we were going to do. But, you know, we're absolutely delighted where we are just now in 3rd place, and hopefully we can keep that going. We can cement that 3rd place, possibly challenge Aberdeen for 2nd place, and, you know, we'll see where that takes us.
Enjoyed today?
Well do, thank you.
Well, that's interesting, challenging Aberdeen for 2nd place. Can Hearts take 2nd place?
They're still in with a shout, yeah. And of course with the Aberdeen game coming up after the split. But this is a huge game if they've got aspirations of getting 2nd spot. And not only if they beat Celtic today, there's a 2nd position aspirations become better, then it'll blow the title race open again. But it's a big game. But they've proved already they can stand up to Celtic and get results in both 2 of the league games. But they have to do it in a way that, as Neil said, they'll probably sit in. They're very good defence. With 15 clean sheets is a remarkable achievement back in the Premiership. And if they get a goal today, Hearts are unbeaten when they've taken the lead in this league this season. So I think the way Hearts will set out today, they'll be very robust through the back. They'll get numbers behind the ball, but they've got guys like Nicholson and Jamie Walker in particular who have pace to go and try and stretch Celtic, because Celtic, as we know, leave gaps. So it's a big game for them today.
We'll look at Jamie Walker in a moment, but have you, Neil, been surprised at how well Hearts have done, given the administration process, you know, a year in the Championship? Have you been surprised how well they've done it in front of full houses every week?
It's a fantastic story, I think. I think the transition's been seamless. I think since Alan Budge came in and then Robbie and Craig Levine took over the football side of things, I mean, they were dominant in the Championship last year and they've had another great season this year. It'll be interesting to see them today if they are going to play with a back 3, this change in formation. This back 3 is one of those love it or hate it formations, and it can work brilliantly or it can collapse on you. So it'll be interesting to see how they adapt to it over the first 15-20 minutes.
Jamie Walker is a player many Hearts fans say he's their favourite. How has he developed in the top division?
Well, it's incredible that at 22 years of age he's got 100 games under his belt at Hearts. And I remember when Jamie was a really young kid, people thought that a couple of people actually suggested that Jamie could go on and be the record goal scorer for Hearts, but I'm never quite sure what Jamie's best position is. I like him wide because he's quick, he can see a pass. I think if you asked him, he would probably think, OK, I want to play just off the striker, maybe through the middle, which he might get a shot today. But he's got tools that can hurt sides. I would just love to see him do more, David, because at times, and I've watched Hearts a lot this season, he sort of drifts in and out of games, and when he picks the ball and possession of the ball in good areas, he almost seems to offload it easily. And you must want players of that talent to go and use it and hurt teams, don't you?
He's an eliminator, and he broke into the Hearts team a couple of years ago while I was still managing here, and a lot was said about him. I've kept an eye on his career. I mean, the goals you're watching, his goal at Tannadice, his first touch and finish was fantastic, and he's got that in his game. I think he's been curtailed a little bit by injury this season, but there's no doubt the boy's got a lot of talent, and it's a great day to showcase that talent today.
It's amazing that John Souttar, who joined from Dundee United in the January window, is still only 19 years old. He's been around for so long, hasn't he? What do you think he gives to the Hearts backline, Neil?
Well, he's, again, a defender who is comfortable on the ball, and again, 19, and great start his career at Dundee United. I know Jackie thought, a lot of him. He's gone to Hearts now, and you can see that now he's starting to mature, he's starting to, become a bit more physical and bigger around the shoulders, which is what he needs to do, obviously, to play that position.
Do we know what his best position is?
Looking at him, he could play in a holding midfield role,
yeah,
I think.
I think that's his best position.
I think because he's comfortable on the ball, he's very good, reads the game quite well defensively. So I think going forward he can transitionise into that.
The thing that you said, Neil, if they're playing a 3, then I don't see John Souttar as an out-and-out centre-back. He's very graceful on the ball, fantastic footballer, brilliant. But I don't see him as that rugged centre-back type. But playing in a 3 might suit him.
He might be all right, yeah, and he might be able to, because he's athletic enough to get out to the wider positions in a back 3. Sometimes centre-halves don't want to get out there, but in a 3 you can almost shuffle across at times.
You played in a 3. You're a very successful side playing in a 3. How effective do you think Hearts 3 today, playing that Celtic, is against Celtic, and we're playing one up top as Lee Griffiths does? How does that affect the 3?
Well, you get the whole midfield player, I'd imagine, will have to get around Rogic at some stage. And basically when the defender will go into a back 5, and what they'll probably want to do is force Celtic into wider areas, and maybe let them cross the ball where they haven't got great height. Celtic.
Does it give them a better opportunity of getting a result of 3?
Well, what it gives you is a 3 in midfield, and it gives you 2 strikers as well. So it can be, even though you got a 5 when you're defending, as an attacking formation, you still got 2 strikers, and you got 3 in midfield, which would balance up in midfield as well. So it is a formation that can work. The only problem is down the flanks, you can get out number 2 against 1 quite a lot.
OK, guys, let's hear from the Hearts head coach, Robbie Neilson, with Luke.
Robbie, you've had good league results against Celtic already this season. How do you go about getting another one?
Yeah, we came here last time and we got a 0-0, which was good. We did not a great performance, we sat in, but today we get a chance to go and really put some pressure on them, so we're going to try and do it. How
do you find that balance in between defence and attack? Do you change the system? You've changed the personnel? Yeah,
we've changed the personnel and just the attitude towards the game. I think we've got a good chance here to go and try and get something out of it.
Tell us about the changes. Is that because you're coming here, or is that because the performance last time around against St Johnstone?
No, I pick a team that I think will win the game. Yes, we had a disappointing result in the previous game, but it happens in football. So we move on and we pick a team that I think will win the game today.
Are Aberdeen in your sights?
Yeah, obviously they are, yeah, and that's what we want to aim for. We want to aim up the way. They're having a great season. We're trying to hang on to them as much as we can, and we've still got to play them twice, so we've still got an opportunity to put some pressure on.
Just finally, Robbie, when you look at this time last year, you clinched the championship title. How much have you changed, and how better equipped are you coming to venues like this now?
Yeah, I think we are. I think the players have got more experience. We're recruited well in the summer and again in the January window, and the younger players have played more game time. So yeah, I think we're in a better position now than we definitely were last season.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Well, the last time these sides met, it was a Christmas cracker. Expect more of the same when we kick off next.
Hearts Celtic Tynecastle special. Beat on, and Celtic have the lead. Sam Nicholson levels in first half stoppage time. Oh, it's Rogic. They are back in front. Oh, that is spectacular. Bang on 90 minutes. Hearts 2, Celtic 2.